with a microphone inside the AEW ring or any ring.
I don't usually like to talk, but yet here we are. I am so tired. My body hurts. And every single time I have a title defense, the backpack gets a little heavier. But you know what? I'm here. I'm wrestling. I'm defending the International Championship because this means everything to me. This is what AEW is. It's about putting a person that was told you'll never do anything. You're too skinny. You're too short. You're just a little too different. I'm the champion. And I will continue to defend my championship for as long as I want. And there is nothing anyone can do to take it from me. Jon Moxley, you better bring more than just a fork, because I will always be the international champion, because I'm freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, and I do not have a catchphrase.
Wow. How about that? Unlike Orange Cassidy, Jon Moxley, AEW International Championship.
Yo, party people, what is up? It's your boy, the best Gabe in the biz. The final go-home show of AEW Dynamite right before this Sunday's All Out is in the books. A little bit of an up-and-down episode, but hey, we're coming off the heels of an amazing All In, and I think this Sunday's All Out is going to be super great, and it's going to be main evented with, I'm sure, will be Orange Cassidy, Jon Moxley, which Orange Cassidy, great title defense here against Penta, and delivering a fire promo afterwards. Sammy and Jericho are beginning the slow build to their big payoff feud, and Roddy MJF looks like the way that the turning going into Grand Slam is going to end up going. Guys, everything that happened here on the show tonight, you're going to hear right here, right now, including about the Acclaim's new awesome scissor titles. So make sure to like and subscribe, because the newest episode to get to Gabe covering tonight's Dynamite starts right about, yeah, you guessed it, now. Okay, guys, so after Chris Jericho lost his totally awesome match to Will Ospreay this past Sunday night, he, pushed Sammy Guevara to the side, and it really looked like they were going to start getting back to building up the big payoff match of finally Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho. And we saw tonight, kind of trading some bars back and forth with each other. It all ended up being mellow, cool, because Jericho ended up convincing Sammy to reform Les Sex Guys to try to get finally what their goal in Jericho's mind has always been for the two of them, and that is to become the AEW Tag Team Champions starting next week. Now, some people are like, the people that love the promo, some people that really didn't like it, like, you're going to feel how you felt about it. It wasn't the best, but I think it got the job done. Plus, we're going to see a lot of cool moments. Like, just imagine when Sammy and Jericho are literally brawling all over the place and beating the shit out of each other all over the ring, because they're going to make this personal and make some huge animosity. And then imagine the great payoff match that they'll end up having now, launch Sammy back into the stratosphere of top guy babyface, for the crowd wrongfully turned on him, which, by the way, he can be a great babyface. Y'all just turned on him after the whole freaking Time Mellow thing, which wasn't that cool. And yeah, the Scorpius guy thing, the nephew didn't really help at the time either. Point is, though, is that I'm looking forward to the slow build. I didn't think they were going to just rush this and put it right for All Out. So whether it's either at Grand Slam in 3 weeks or maybe more likely Full Gear, I think this match and program between Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho, that's years in the making, were real. Like, I know you didn't, if you guys didn't like the promo tonight, you don't feel it now, but trust me, when this gets going, you're going to be like, holy shit, I can't wait for Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho. It's going to be insane, and it's going to end up being great for both guys, especially Sammy. But for now, like, Sex Gods are, back, and I'm sure things will totally be great as they try to go on and become the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Good luck with that, guys. Speaking of champions, guys, the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, the new Trios champions, cut the ceremonial ribbon on their new Trios title reign, and what a perfect place to do it, here in Chicago that literally made the Acclaim last year and launched them right into the stratosphere of AEW World Tag Team Championship glory. Like Max Caster said, honestly, it's crazy thinking about how just last year people were like, yo, call an audible, like with how over the Acclaim got versus their match for the tag titles against Swerve and Our Glory. And then just 3 short weeks after, I remember being there live in person, the Acclaim win the tag titles. And honestly, they really haven't come down since in terms of like their championship success. They went from being the tag champs to now being the trio champs, with Daddy Ass giving them one more shot at, being a top champion here in wrestling business. So honestly, I'm loving it, and I'm loving the new trios championships. I know some people are going to be like, oh, the pink that kind of clashes with, the like gold, but I'm like, I like it, especially the part where the back literally sets it up to be like a scissor. That is awesome. If they can make that into like something like for kids, like mini toy belts, oh my god, those things will sell, and kids will just be like, yeah, they're like, hey, let's take the strap, your strap, and then, yeah, scissor. Like, that, honestly, is really cool. And I also like the fact that they're continuing with the trend that the House of Black started, that every new Trios champions will have like a new set of Trios titles. You had, the Elite and Death Triangle start out with like the classic set of belts, and then House of Black coming in with the dark silver ones, which are really cool. And now, here with Daddy Ass and the Acclaim, have the awesome pink ones. So I like the trend. It makes me really optimistic and kind of excited and intrigued for what future Trios champions will do with the belts in terms of their design, because they're letting you get creative and they're letting you have fun with it while trying to make some badass looking championships. And honestly, I think they've been 2 for 2 so far. I know not everybody's loved the last 2, but they've gotten the job done and they've ended up looking pretty cool. So Acclaim, Daddy Ass, scissor me for life. Love the new tag titles for the Trios division, and I cannot wait to see who steps up to the best 3-man team in the biz. They're defending against Matt Menard, Cool Ange, Angelo Parker, and Dancing Danny Garcia in their first title defense. I'm just really excited for how this whole reign is going to be going. And one more time, scissor me, Daddy Ass. Alright guys, so they announced signing more matches for the All Out card. Adam Cole, MJF will defend the Ring of Honor tag titles against the winner of a main event battle royal on Rampage, and that honestly should be pretty interesting. The Kingdom actually are not involved, which is interesting, but they're obviously building for that down the line. But in that same backstage segment with Cole and Max right after All Out, MJF said it himself, TK, Tony Khan has made a tournament to crown a #1 contender of who will face MJF at Grand Slam. I'm going again, baby. Got another world title match live at Grand Slam for the AEW World Championship. The bracket has not been even announced yet, but it is looking pretty clear that Roderick Strong is going to now be the one to challenge MJF for that championship. Why? Because when he confronted Adam Cole, he said, I'm going to do you a favor and do what you couldn't do, and I'm going to take the AEW World Championship from that piece of crap, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, the fake friend of yours who doesn't care about you because I'm your real friend and you forgot about me, man. I'm the jealous ex, and it's freaking insane with my broken neck, and I'm apparently the best wrestler in the entire world. All that kind of stuff. Honestly, all seriousness, I am so down for Roddy versus MJF. I'm down for this whole entire tournament. It's going to be great, and it's going to provide a really awesome in-ring match and storytelling great match from that perspective, from both perspectives, because Adam Cole again is going to have to choose between Roderick and MJF at Grand Slam, and that's going to make some fireworks. I'm pretty confident he'll choose MJF because I don't see Roddy getting help to win the AEW World Championship, but it should still be very interesting in like leading up to the match and afterwards, how the friendship survives after Cole either, just stands back and let MJF just beat Roderick Strong clean, or actually helps MJF beat Roderick Strong to help his buddy, his real best friend, the devil himself, MJF, retain the World Championship. Point is, I'm psyched for this tournament. I'm so glad I'm getting another World Title match at Grand Slam live. 3 weeks, I'm already counting it down already, and it's going to be more cinema in this storyline between Better Than You, Bebe, and, Roderick Strong and the Kingdom. If only there was only one word for how MJF would feel about having to defend against possibly Roderick Strong at Grand Slam. Oh, wait, I know one. Guys, tonight's show was main evented by Orange Cassidy, our international ruler of the world, defending against Penta El Zero Miedo. And the winner would get a shot at retribution against Jon Moxley for the international title in what has to most likely be the main event for All Out. The match was fantastic. Again, Orange Cassidy does not miss. He hasn't missed in the 11 months that he's been champion. Dude has been killing it. He's pretty much going to probably going double duty in the main event of Dynamite tonight. And I'm sure he's going to be main eventing All Out this Sunday. And then afterwards, he cut a fire promo that was fantastic. Orange Cassidy doesn't speak much, but when he gets serious, when he really speaks from the heart, dude can go with the best of them and really hype your ass up for any match that he is about to be in. The Canadian Destroyers back and forth between Penta and him. Orange first, and then Penta, and then Orange again. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that, of a Canadian Destroyer sequence like that in AEW or wrestling, period. If you have, go look it up, because I haven't seen it, but it was awesome. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. I was already hyped for it, and then that freaking line by Orange Cassidy following that awesome promo. I'm Orange Cassidy, the international champion, and I don't have a catchphrase. Got me even more hyped for this match, and then they came face to face, ready to just F each other up. I cannot wait. Honestly, I said it before, they have really built the slow demise of Orange Cassidy as international champion perfectly every single week. Now his entire right arm, not even just his right hand, his whole arm is feeling the pain. Like you saw it after he slapped Moxley, he was like holding it, shaking it in pain. Now that is all messed up. And if there's one dude that Orange Cassidy, with all these injuries stacking up, maybe to their peak, if there's one dude you didn't want to fight, it's Jon Moxley, the king of death jitsu, and just the baddest, most effed up dude here in AEW. So honestly, I could see it going either way. I could see Moxley being the one to capitalize off all those injuries, because he does that anyway. Even if you don't have any, he gives you some in the match and becomes the new international champion and ending Orange Cassidy's great run. But I could also see them giving the huge moment to Orange Cassidy, especially in the main event, and beating Jon Moxley and surviving another day. But honestly, I think if he does that, that might be the last big peak for him as international champion in terms of the challenges he can overcome before he eventually loses it. Either way, I think the Orange Cassidy title run, as fun as it is, it's coming to an end. So honestly, I love both guys. A lot of us do. So Moxley, Orange Cassidy, definitely main eventing All Out. Let's just have a straight up banger that's going to be freshly squeezed and totally juicy with violence. I cannot wait to see who walks out as the international champion. Hell, every time Mox has had to come in and save us, after Punk drama, unfortunately, it's always lived up. You saw it last year multiple times, and I'm sure it'll be the same case this time with Mox Orange at All Out. So guys, let's just straight up have a banger this Sunday. Alright guys, that is Dynamite. We are Dunskies. Put it in the rearview mirror. So much stuff is still happening this week. John Cena, see y'all on SmackDown. He is coming back for the first of 2 months worth of straight SmackDown appearances. You already know. And then Payback this Saturday night. Rollins, Nakamura, World Title, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Steel City Street Fight, A-Town Down, Austin Theory going for the U.S. title against Rey Mysterio, and God, so much more LA Knight versus The Miz. Yeah! And then All Out this Sunday night, Darby, Luchasaurus, TNT title, Shane Taylor, Samoa Joe, ROH title, Young Bucks, FTR against Bullet Club Gold, the Bang Bang Gang in 8-man tag action, Moxley, Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. Oh yeah, and Big Meaty Man slapping meat again with Hobbs versus Miro. Guys, trust me, you're not going to miss any of these shows going down. You're definitely not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So, keep doing what you're doing. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And most importantly, remember, when it comes to talking wrestling, who better to gab with than Gabe right here? You already know. Alright, guys, I will see you after SmackDown this Friday night when the champ is here again before we get kicked off on an amazing weekend in pro wrestling for All Out and Payback. Deuces, Party Peoples. See y'all Friday.